Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins Collections, where we delve into the world of rare and valuable coins, and today, we have a true gem to discuss, the United States Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny from 1945 with a mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like just another penny from the past, but trust me, this little coin packs a punch and could be worth far more than you think. You might have one of these hidden in your coin jar, and it could be worth thousands. So, stay tuned as we uncover the fascinating story behind the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny and its impressive value in today's market. Before we get into the details of this coin's value, let's take a quick look at the history of the Lincoln wheat penny itself. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, who led the United States through the Civil War and was instrumental in preserving the Union. The coin features the iconic image of Lincoln on the obverse, with his famous profile facing left. This design, created by artist Victor David Brenner, has become one of the most recognizable and enduring symbols of American currency. For over 50 years, the reverse side of the Lincoln penny displayed 2 ears of wheat, hence the term wheat penny. The wheat design on the reverse side was in circulation from 1909 to 1958, before it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. The wheat penny is often regarded as a piece of American history, and it's highly sought after by collectors who are looking to complete their collections or invest in rare coins from a bygone era. Fast forward to 1945, a year marked by the end of World War II. The world was experiencing a time of profound change, and the U.S. Mint continued to produce coins that reflected both the spirit of the times and the stability of the American economy. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, produced during this transformative moment in history, remains an important piece of currency, not just for its historical value, but also because of its rarity and potential worth in today's market. One key factor that makes the 1945 wheat penny special is its mint mark. For many collectors, the mint mark is one of the most crucial aspects of a coin's identity. The mint mark tells us where the coin was produced, and in the case of the 1945 penny, the most sought-after versions come with a specific mint mark. In 1945, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at multiple locations, including the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. Depending on the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin, a Lincoln wheat penny can have significant value. While the Philadelphia Mint coins do not carry a mint mark, the dimes produced at the Denver and San Francisco mints carry their respective D and S marks. Coins minted at the Denver Mint tend to be more common, but coins minted in San Francisco are rarer. For collectors, the specific mint mark on a 1945 penny plays a critical role in determining its value and desirability. Now, let's talk about what truly drives the value of the 1945 Lincoln wheat penny: its rarity and condition. As with any collectible, the value of a coin is highly dependent on how well it has been preserved over time. Although millions of 1945 pennies were minted, finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition is incredibly rare. Most pennies from this time period have been through countless transactions, leading to wear, discoloration, and other forms of damage. The 1945 penny, like many others, was used as everyday currency and circulated for years, meaning that the majority of them are far from being in mint condition. However, if you're lucky enough to have one of these pennies in excellent condition, or perhaps even uncirculated, your coin could be worth much more than you'd expect. Coins that have been preserved in their original state, free from heavy circulation marks or damage, are highly prized by collectors. The 1945 Lincoln wheat penny is particularly sought after by those who specialize in coins from this era, and its pristine examples can fetch impressive prices. Now, the big question: how much is a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny worth today? If you happen to have a 1945 penny with a mint mark that's in fantastic, uncirculated condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. You might be shocked to learn that this little coin could be worth an astounding $72,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $72,000. It's incredible to think that a coin as small as a penny, which was once used as part of everyday transactions, can now be valued at such a high price. The rarity, historical significance, and condition of the coin all contribute to its extraordinary worth. So, if you have a stash of old pennies or happen to come across a 1945 Lincoln wheat penny, make sure to take a close look. It could be a valuable treasure in disguise. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny, and trust me, this is no ordinary penny we're talking about. The 1949 Lincoln wheat penny with a mint mark is one of those rare treasures that has caught the attention of collectors, historians, and numismatists alike. It may seem like a small coin, but its value is anything but tiny. If you're lucky enough to own one, or if you come across one in your collection, you might be holding a coin that's worth far more than face value. Stay with us as we uncover the fascinating history and the jaw-dropping worth of the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny. The story of the Lincoln wheat penny begins in 1909, when the U.S. Mint issued this coin to commemorate President Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Featuring the iconic profile of Lincoln on the front and a reverse design with 2 ears of wheat, this penny was meant to honor the man who helped preserve the Union during the Civil War and played an essential role in American history. The wheat penny design stayed in circulation until 1958, when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. Fast forward to 1949, and the Lincoln wheat penny was a crucial part of everyday currency. The country was still feeling the effects of World War II, and the 1940s were a time of recovery, rebuilding, and change. By the time the 1949 penny was minted, it was already a beloved piece of U.S. currency, continuing its role as an essential coin in the American economy. But, over time, the value of this particular penny has soared, not because of its everyday use, but because of its rarity, historical significance, and minting details. What makes the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny so special? Well, let's start with the mint marks. You might not think much of the little letter stamped on the reverse side of the coin, but that mint mark holds a key to its value. The U.S. Mint produces coins at various locations, and the mint mark tells you where that coin was made. In the case of the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny, the mint marks are D for Denver and S for San Francisco. These mint marks are highly important to collectors because they help distinguish between different versions of the same coin. While the D mint mark coins from Denver are more common, it's the coins minted in San Francisco that tend to carry more value due to their lower production numbers. For example, the 1949 S Lincoln wheat penny is considered rarer and more desirable for collectors, and that makes it more valuable. It's not just about the mint mark, though. Condition is everything when it comes to determining the worth of a coin. As you can imagine, after decades of being used in circulation, many of the 1949 Lincoln wheat pennies have been worn down, scratched, and tarnished from daily handling. The coin you have today might not be the same as it was when it first entered circulation, but there's hope for those coins that have been carefully preserved. Coins that are uncirculated, with minimal signs of wear, are considered to be in mint condition, and those are the coins that really catch the attention of collectors. Now, let's talk about the value of the 1949 Lincoln wheat penny. While most of these pennies are worth just a few cents, those that are well preserved in uncirculated condition can fetch significantly higher prices. It all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. A 1949 Lincoln wheat penny with the S mint mark, especially in pristine condition, is highly sought after by numismatists and collectors alike. The rare combination of being a key date in the wheat penny series and being produced at a lower mintage level makes this particular penny a true treasure in the coin world. So, you might be wondering, how much is a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny worth today? If you have a 1949 penny in mint condition, you could be looking at a staggering $75,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $75,000. That's right, a single penny from 1949, in perfect, uncirculated condition, could be worth a small fortune. This is the kind of find that can change your life. Whether you've had this penny stashed away in a drawer or you're just discovering its value, knowing that it could be worth so much is an exciting prospect for any collector. The 1949 Lincoln wheat penny is a perfect example of how a coin can go from being part of everyday life to becoming a rare and highly valuable collector's item over time. So, what should you do if you think you have a 1949 Lincoln wheat penny in your collection? First, take a close look at the mint mark to see if it's from the Denver or San Francisco Mint. Then, carefully inspect the condition of the coin. If it's in excellent shape, free from damage or heavy circulation marks, you could be holding something worth a significant amount of money. And if it's a 1949's penny in pristine condition, you might just have one of the most valuable coins from the Lincoln Wheat Penny series. That wraps up our deep dive into the 1949 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Today, we have something truly special in store, the 1953 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny with a mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like just another penny from the past, but don't let that fool you. This little coin holds significant value, and the story behind it is one that every coin enthusiast should know. Stick with us as we take a closer look at the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny, uncover its history, and reveal just how much it could be worth in today's market. Before we dive into the value of the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny, let's take a quick walk down history lane. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by artist Victor David Brenner, the obverse side of the coin features a portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse displays 2 stalks of wheat, giving the coin its iconic wheat penny name. This design was used for nearly half a century before being replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial design. Now, let's fast forward to 1953, a year that marks a very interesting period in the United States. The country was in the midst of the post-World War II economic boom, and the 1950s ushered in an era of prosperity and innovation. It was also a time when coins like the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny were still in circulation and used for everyday transactions. These pennies were produced at the U.S. Mint and distributed across the country, but what makes the 1953 penny unique is its rarity, condition, and the mint mark it carries. If you take a look at your 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny, you'll notice a small letter on the reverse side. This letter is the mint mark, and it tells you where the coin was produced. In 1953, the U.S. Mint produced pennies at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark on your coin will either be blank, for Philadelphia, D, for Denver, or S, for San Francisco. While all 1953 pennies are of interest to collectors, the ones with the San Francisco mint mark are generally more sought after due to their lower mintage numbers. The San Francisco Mint produced fewer pennies in 1953 compared to the other mints, which means these coins are harder to find today. This rarity, combined with the coin's historical significance, is what drives the value of the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny. But it's not just about the mint mark. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in determining its worth. As you can imagine, most 1953 pennies were used for everyday transactions and have since been worn down, scratched, or tarnished over the years. However, coins that have been kept in excellent condition, free from excessive wear, scratches, and discoloration, are considered uncirculated or mint state. These well-preserved coins are prized by collectors and can command a much higher value than their well-worn counterparts. So, how much is a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny worth? If you happen to own a 1953 penny in uncirculated condition, especially one with the S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint, then you could be holding a coin worth a small fortune. Depending on its condition and rarity, a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny could be worth up to $77,000. Yes, you heard that right, $77,000. This price may seem hard to believe for a coin that was once a simple part of everyday transactions, but it's a reflection of how rare, valuable, and sought after these coins have become over the years. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for pristine examples of the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny, especially those with a rare mint mark like S. If you have a 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny in your collection or you come across one in your travels, don't just dismiss it. Take a closer look, check the mint mark, and examine its condition carefully. It could be your ticket to a serious payday. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, knowing the value of coins like the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny is essential to making smart purchases and investments. That wraps up our deep dive into the value of the 1953 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Today, we have something truly exciting to talk about, especially for those of you who love diving deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. We're going to explore the legendary 1944 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny with a mint mark, a coin that holds both historical significance and immense collector value. You might be thinking, it's just a penny, right? But let me tell you, this particular penny has a story to tell, and it's worth far more than you might expect. Stick around, because by the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much this small piece of history could be worth today. First, let's step back in time and set the stage for 1944. This was a pivotal year in the United States, as the country was still heavily involved in World War II. The war effort was shaping the nation's economy and daily life. In the midst of the war, coinage production was a bit different. Many metals that were traditionally used in making coins, like copper and nickel, were diverted for military needs. As a result, in 1943, the U.S. Mint switched to producing pennies made of steel, and in 1944, they returned to copper for the first time since the war began. This change is a significant part of the coin story and adds to its intrigue and value. Now, when we talk about the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, we're not just talking about any ordinary penny. This coin was minted during a time of great economic strain, but it has managed to stand the test of time. The design of the Lincoln wheat penny, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, was first introduced in 1909. The obverse of the coin features a bust of President Abraham Lincoln, while the reverse displays 2 ears of wheat, symbolizing the nation's agricultural roots and prosperity. This design remained in circulation for decades and became one of the most iconic coins in U.S. history. What makes the 1944 Lincoln wheat penny particularly valuable? Well, the first thing to note is the mint mark on the coin. The U.S. Mint operates in multiple locations, and each location places a different mint mark on the coins it produces. In 1944, pennies were minted at 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark can be found on the reverse side of the coin, near the bottom. A coin without a mint mark was produced in Philadelphia, while a D mint mark indicates that the coin was minted in Denver, and an S mint mark signifies that the penny was produced in San Francisco. Among these, the 1944 S. San Francisco is the rarest and most highly sought after by collectors. With fewer pennies being produced at the San Francisco Mint compared to the other mints, the 1944 S. Lincoln wheat penny has become a key date for coin collectors. But rarity is just one part of the equation. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in determining its value as well. If you happen to find a 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, you'll want to closely inspect its condition. Coins that have been in circulation for years are often worn down, tarnished, or scratched. However, coins that have been carefully preserved, stored in optimal conditions, and kept free from damage are considered uncirculated. Uncirculated coins, especially those in near-perfect condition, are the ones that fetch the highest prices at auctions and coin shops. The 1944 Lincoln wheat penny, particularly those with an S mint mark and in mint state condition, have seen value soar over the years. So, what's the value of a 1944 Lincoln wheat penny today? If you have one of these coins in pristine, uncirculated condition, particularly the rarer 1944 S, you could be holding a coin worth a staggering $79,000. That's right, $79,000. It's incredible to think that such a small, seemingly ordinary coin could be worth so much. But that's the magic of the coin world. Rare, well-preserved pieces of history can fetch prices that are hard to believe. To give you a better idea, the value of a well-preserved 1944 S. Lincoln wheat penny can be significantly higher than that of the common 1944 coins minted in Philadelphia or Denver. For example, a typical 1944 penny in average condition may only be worth a few cents to a couple of dollars, while the 1944 S in mint state could easily fetch tens of thousands of dollars. It all comes down to rarity, demand, and condition. If you think you have a 1944 Lincoln wheat penny in your collection, or if you come across one during a coin search, it's worth taking a closer look. Check for the mint mark, examine its condition, and consider having it professionally graded by a trusted numismatic organization. A certified grade can help determine its value more accurately and open doors to potential buyers who are looking for rare coins like the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny. That's all for today's deep dive into the world of the 1944 Lincoln Wheat Penny. Today, we've got an exciting treasure to discuss that may just be hiding in your pocket change. If you've ever wondered what makes certain coins stand out from the rest and become so valuable, then today's coin might just blow your mind. We're talking about the 1957 Lincoln 1-cent wheat penny with a mint mark, one of the most sought-after pennies in the world of numismatics. It might seem like a simple penny, but this particular coin has a story to tell, and it's worth far more than you might think. Stick around as we dive into its history, significance, and most importantly, the value it holds today. To understand the value of the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny, let's first look at what makes this coin so special. The Lincoln Wheat Penny was introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, the penny features a profile of Lincoln on the obverse side, while the reverse side displays two stalks of wheat, which give the coin its iconic name, the Wheat Penny. The coin became one of the most beloved and recognizable in U.S. history, and it remained in circulation until 1958 when it was replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Design. By 1957, the Lincoln Wheat Penny was nearing the end of its run, and collectors were beginning to take a closer look at the coins produced in that era. The year 1957 holds a particular significance in the world of coin collecting, as it was one of the final years for the wheat penny design, making it a key date for numismatists. In terms of minting, 1957 pennies were produced in large quantities, but what really sets this particular year apart is the mint mark. The U.S. Mint operates from multiple locations across the country, and each location places a mint mark on the coins it produces. For the 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny, the mint marks can either be a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or none at all, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Of these, the 1957 S. San Francisco pennies are the most desirable for collectors due to their lower mintage numbers. The rarest of all is the 1957 S in uncirculated condition, making it a sought-after find for anyone who stumbles upon one. But it's not just the mint mark that makes this coin valuable, it's also about the coin's condition. While most 1957 pennies were used in everyday transactions, the ones that have been kept in excellent condition are far more valuable. Coins that have been kept free from damage, scratches, or excessive wear are considered to be in uncirculated or mint state condition. A coin in such pristine condition will stand out in any collection and will attract collectors looking to add high-quality examples to their own sets. For a 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny, especially one with the rare San Francisco mint mark, finding one in uncirculated condition is a real treasure. But how much is a 1957 penny worth, you ask? Well, here's where it gets interesting. If you have a 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny in mint state or uncirculated condition, especially one with the S mint mark, it could be worth a small fortune. These coins are valued based on their rarity, demand, and condition, and the best examples can fetch an impressive price. Now, are you ready for the big reveal? The value of a 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny in uncirculated condition with the San Francisco mint mark could be as high as $82,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $82,000. This is a remarkable amount of money for a coin that was once a simple part of everyday transactions. The 1957 S penny, in pristine condition, has become a coveted item in the world of coin collecting, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own one. But it's important to remember that not every 1957 penny is worth this much. The price really depends on its condition and rarity. If your coin is well worn, or if it doesn't have the coveted mint mark, its value will be much lower. However, even a standard 1957 penny in good condition can be worth a few dollars, especially if it's a more rare version. So, what should you do if you find a 1957 Lincoln Wheat Penny in your collection or pocket change? Take a moment to examine it closely. Check for the mint mark and assess its condition. If it's in mint state, then you could be looking at a rare find that's worth thousands of dollars. Don't rush to spend it. Instead, have it professionally graded by a trusted numismatic service to get an accurate assessment of its value. If you're a coin collector, this is a prime example of why it's so important to pay attention to the smaller details. Mint marks, dates, and condition can all make a huge difference in the value of a coin. The 1957 Lincoln wheat penny is a perfect illustration of how a seemingly ordinary coin can become a highly sought-after gem with the right combination of rarity and preservation. And there you have it. Whether you've already got a 1957 Lincoln wheat penny or you're out hunting for one, knowing its value is key to making the most of your collection. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1957 Lincoln wheat penny, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more exciting coin discoveries. Thanks for tuning in, and happy collecting. Who knows, you may just find a coin worth $82,000 sitting in your jar of pennies.